We got our music.
Live from Waterloo's Public Access Studio. It's Miss Rockin' Shaviva's North End Update Live, bringing you the good stuff from the North End perspective. We see the good, we share the good, and it's making us all look good. Today's guests are Pastor Chassidi Martin of Royal Legacy Christian Academy and Waterloo's own Mayor Quentin Hart. You know what time it is.
Boom shakalaka!
Welcome to Friday. It's the Boom Shakalaka o'clock. Actually, it's Boom Shakalaka 05. Thank you, Violet. We'll get that put away. Thank you. And we have a great show lined up for you. Look, it's LaTanya Graves, and she's our co-host. Yay! Hey, let's give the studio audience, give her a hand, will we? Okay, hey. She's the president of Blackhawk County NAACP, and we're so glad to have you. We're going to try to get along like we did in the pre-boom, okay? All right, we got to shout out to our frequent viewers real quick before we introduce these beautiful guests. Who do we have today for our frequent viewers?
May Ambrose.
Yes.
Diane O. Johnson.
Yes.
Daryl Taylor. Todd Peterson.
Jim Gardner, Charles Dosdale, Crystal Tolles, and Virginia Wilbur. And if you're watching us right now, hi. If you're watching us Friday at 4 o'clock on MediaCom, hello, future, because it's next week when this comes on. You know, we got a great show with Mayor Hart and Chassidi coming up here in just a few minutes. You know that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
It's always a pleasure to be in the presence of the mayor.
I'm telling you,
Pastor Chassidi.
right? I got to hang out with both of them. You missed it last night, but we're going to get to that. We want to talk about our talking point today. Will be what? I think Agnes has that graphic. Do you, Agnes? It's something about children. Oh, we're all imperfect parents, and that's okay.
Well,
tiny humans
that's
need
okay.
connection, not
yes,
perfection.
They do.
So,
exactly.
So yeah, we're going to talk to the mayor and Chassidi about that because they're still in the business of raising kids. We done graduated from that, so we're going to talk to them.
Yeah, but a parent's job is never done.
You got that right, and we're still doing it, right? And I give it air. We're just going to talk about that wonderful program that came up. That was last night.
Flames of Freedom.
Yes.
I missed it, but I heard it was awesome.
Yes, you're going to see some pictures. And then we just want to say news flash to the birthday people because every time the mayor comes on, he blesses us with an A and B selection.
Woo-wee.
And now, before any more time goes by, let's introduce our wonderful guest who's sitting in the wings waiting for us to get through our little monologue. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome.
Welcome to these neighborhood folks. Good
people.
Good people. We have some comments to open up with.
Matilda Lamond
Oh.
sends a bunch of waving emojis and a heart emoji. And Purvis Williams says, hello all.
Hi, Purvis. Hey,
Hey.
Purvis. Love you, Purvis. So for those of you who may not know or recognize these two guests, we have Chassidi Martin from Royal Legacy Christian Academy, and you're the pastor and chaplain there. And, of course, we have our Honorable Mayor Hart, who was honored last night in the Royal Legacy program. So the fact that you two came together is really special. So we could kind of review that night. I know we talked about having a little skit here today, but it just didn't work out. So,
Right.
But go ahead.
No, the fourth grade mayor last night was awesome.
Oh.
Wait. Even before we go there,
Yes.
so we got Lori, we got Ed, we got Agnes in the back. But
Yes.
you know who's the MVP too? You, of course, too. And LaTanya.
Because you know what I'm
Is it
saying.
Violet?
Violet!
Yes.
Did you hear how she did the promo before, and then she said she transitioned, you know what time it is, and then brought the mic? Oh my gosh. So,
Yes.
right, she's an MVP. But no, last night was an incredible program, Pastor. Congratulations to you,
Yes,
Dr.
congratulations.
Robinson. Awesome program. Kids were inspiring, so I want to thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. It was our pleasure, and as you can see, my voice is a little bit gone after all the all the things, but I so grateful that our children were empowered to just take that show and run with it. I actually got to sit right next to Mayor Hart.
Yes.
And that's the first production we'd ever done that I actually sat out and wasn't really backstage and just watched it. The children were empowered to take the lead and do their play.
Oh, my.
And they executed it so well.
They
I'm just so proud of them.
And seeing the young Anna Mae and Willa Mae, like, see them talking on stage, and then the shout out and tribute to India as well in the library. I mean, wow, that was incredible.
Amen. Praise God. God gets all the glory. And we wanted to teach our kids. We want to teach our kids that what you experience in your community, you know, when you go to the library, when you go to a food truck festival, when you enjoy a play at the Playhouse, those things are not just, oh, I'm just going to go do this. There are people that really invest in their community. They really share their time and talents. And India was one person that, oh my goodness, that you can't go anywhere in the city without experiencing something that she touched. And so we wanted to honor her life with that play and with the art exhibits in that space. And it was a great tool of learning for the students to interview the families of the ones who have gone on, and then also the individuals like Willie Mae came to our school and they got to sit down with her for an hour and just learn her story. And we got to document it in our SACE magazine that we produce at Royal Legacy too. So honestly, it was a learning tool for our students that we had an opportunity to share with the community, and I was so blessed last night.
Yes, I think we all were.
And then the artwork, and that's the first time I've ever been to a church inside a church, because you had the Payne AME upstairs, the church up there being the oldest black church in the community, and you had it inside the hallway, so that was pretty amazing too.
And the 4th Street Bridge.
Absolutely.
The 4th Street Bridge.
Yes. Wow. Here it is. For those that didn't get to see it. Chastity, and they are empowered because I guess that was quite a task.
OMG.
Putting that together.
That
was a bridge in a building.
We put a bridge in a building. Yeah, that was a doozy, but we got it up there. Oh, it took all kind of ingenuity and yarn.
Okay, lots of
cellophane paper.
And the program was somewhat bilingual too, right?
That's right, that part.
They did the bilingual immersion too, so you made it so that everyone could feel a part of the program. So great job.
And I have to give you kudos from Cousin Ruby. I talked to her last night and she just laughed. She said that Violet was wearing that wig. That was Anna Mae's hairstyle. She said she had that hairstyle. That's funny. And so I had to laugh because she definitely recognized the Anna Mae character.
Yes.
It was just beautiful. Well, we're going to kind of lead into
There's
our
a whole
topic.
mini-series just in that Conversations over History, but that's another
I'm
story.
telling you. Exactly. And I think Agnes is going to share some pictures. We'll get into, she has some other ones that we'll share in just a bit. I know, this is exciting just having everyone. Now, you see what you missed last night.
Yes,
right?
man.
But you were at something very important as well.
Yes, I
that.
attended Dr. Belinda Creighton Smith, Councilwoman, her 4th Ward community meeting, and we heard good news about the grocery store.
Oh, good.
So, yes.
See, everybody's hanging to just listening.
Yes.
Do you have anything you can share?
Yes. The new owner will be Kerry Sutherland. I'm not sure who his business partners are, but he's excited. Everyone at the meeting last night was excited. And so in about 4 months or so, just depends on everything getting in place and food vendors and all of that. And we will have a grocery store in the community again.
Yes, and hopefully that this time it's set in stone and things can move forward and stay progressive. So
and he said that, you know, he always had a dream of coming back to Waterloo and doing something big.
I love it.
And so yeah, we were excited.
This is something big right when we need it, you know.
Yes,
and I think that it'll be a great thing. So yeah, and our talking point we're going to talk to our viewers with, our guests with, is brought to you by Locke Funeral Services. And we're going to talk to you about, what is it? Parents, we're all imperfect. And we're all imperfect parents, and that's okay, because tiny humans need a connection, not perfection. So we're going to talk to Mayor Hart and Chassidi about their thoughts on that. But first, Violet has some comments for us.
Robert Tyson says, great program last night.
Oh, good.
It was
Yes.
great to see Mr. Tyson.
Oh,
he came, and it was so great to see him. I was just
You packed the house. I mean,
yeah, it was
that
such a
gym was
good.
full.
It was such a great turnout, and there was so much love, and I'm grateful to the Lord for that. We accomplished exactly what we hoped we would, which was to give our kids a great experience and to honor people that we love in our community. So yeah, it was great.
Yes, indeed. Were you surprised that it was so full? I mean, when you turned around, I know you got up to speak because you and Chastity kind of sat close to each other, but when you got up to speak, did you realize that many people were there?
I'm not surprised,
Okay.
though. I mean, you have incredible staff and teamwork, and you have incredible young people, and so that's a recipe for success. And so I was glad to see so many people there. And next year, we'll see even more people out there. If I'm invited back next year.
Oh,
But,
my goodness.
Yes.
You know
I got to
that.
need my reserved seating. So
Yeah, I'm grateful. And it's so cool that we have such an awesome mayor.
I know,
Because
right?
he didn't just show up at the event. He came before. He allowed our students to interview him 2 times.
Wow.
One time at his office, second time he came on our pajama day.
right,
Right
yeah,
before-
they asked me everything.
It got pretty real. But our kindergartners were unleashed. And so it was fun. And
Right.
you just are so gracious with your time.
What's your
I know
credit
you're
score?
busy.
I'm like, I can tell y'all my credit score.
Right, I'm sure
No, I'm just
those
playing.
kids.
I'm just playing.
After that, that's
I'm
so
just
funny.
playing.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. So thank you, Mayor
Yeah, my
Hart, for being
pleasure.
there. It was so great, and we got to see little Mayor Hart.
Oh, my
he
goodness.
was.
Yeah,
When he came out on the stage, everybody just loved him. He had a
He
little
had a bow
bow
tie.
Because I told
Yeah.
him Mayor Hart likes bow ties.
Yeah, yeah.
And he came, and his parents really just poured into it and helped him, and
Wow.
it was he felt a lot of pressure. He's like, I don't know if I can
Yeah.
be the mayor. I said, you can.
Yes, sir. Yeah, both of us feel like that sometimes. She felt the pressure.
Right, exactly.
Shanita and I were talking, how awesome is it that you could, because she heard us talking about you maybe filling in as a co-host sometime, and how neat is it that you can have your mayor
Right,
actually
exactly.
participate in
With the
things.
people
So-
that he
Exactly.
serves, which
Yeah.
is wonderful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we know you got a painting that you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Latanya, we saw that.
Yes,
But let's talk about our
yes.
talking point. Let's
Yes.
get that out of the
Okay.
way, because I'm such a robot. I got to go in order.
Order, yeah, so you don't miss anything.
What is our talking point today, Latanya?
We're all imperfect parents, and that's okay.
That's right.
Tiny humans need connection, not perfection.
All right. What do you think, Chaz? How does that?
Well, I certainly hope so.
Okay, right.
I missed the boat on the perfection, you know.
You read my mind.
Yeah, seriously, I sure
Yeah.
hope that's the case because you do as a parent. Number one, I have so much grace and respect, more grace and respect for my own parents as I became a parent myself. And then secondly, I remember one thing my mom told me, especially when children are little, before they won't remember a lot of things when they're babies, but
So.
or anything. But Mom, you said they may not remember everything you do, but all the love and nurture that you give your children becomes a part of who they are. And that that really stuck with me. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I really I try to love on them and even go on the vacation, even if they don't remember it, or just spend time looking at them and investing your love and energy into them. And yeah.
Right.
So.
How about you?
Y'all
Dave?
should have
What do you
told me
think?
that before I first started.
Parenting, you
I mean, parenting, you grow as your children grow. You always look back and say, boy, if I would have done it this way or that way. But the thing about it is just one, trying to be an example in front of them too.
Sure.
So that they can't ever say that they didn't see somebody that worked hard, somebody that did this, somebody that did that. So yeah, I'm growing too. I'm growing too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. One quote. Do you have anything you'd like to say about parenting?
Yes, because
Okay.
as a child, I said, when I have children, I'm going to let them do any and everything they want.
Really? Why would
That's
you say
what I
that?
said. That's
Oh,
what
my
I
goodness.
said.
And then
Did I
what?
do it? Of course not.
Right.
My daughter will tell you, Davanisha Monique Graves
Okay.
will tell you, she stayed on punishment so much.
Sound like Travis.
She thought her name was punishment.
Okay.
Yeah,
Travis still
that
on
tune,
punishment,
that
huh?
tune
To this day.
Go
changed.
sit
Yes,
down.
yes.
My mom will call me today and just say anything.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's funny too. I think one thing about parenting is we have 4 girls, and each one of them they're just so unique and different.
Yeah.
And you try to give the same standards for all of them, and you also have to be mindful of who they are uniquely, and try to tailor things to each one of them. So it's
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
For
It's
sure
a
that
whole
you're
thing.
got to be up for every day.
Yeah.
What I'll say about it is that this always resonated with me is teach your children to love the ordinary, because the extraordinary will take care of itself. So that's what I always like. Just
That's
like
a good thing.
the garden, things that are ordinary.
Right.
You want them to marvel at that, because then their mind is really blown when you take them
Right.
to Disneyland.
Right.
Right,
So
right.
Make the expectation Disneyland.
That's it.
Because then you don't find the pleasure and one thing you taught us, we love camping. That's our jam.
That's
Wow.
it.
It's not very expensive, and
Right.
it's fun, and you can enjoy nature. So I appreciate
Right.
that. Yeah, that's really good.
Yes, well, thank you guys for entertaining that. And now we're going to talk about Give It Air real quick, because you guys, we're going to go back to the painting and all that. But our Give It Air today, Latanya, now I know you can really relate to this. So our Give It Air is going to be all about the people that you highlighted last night. But I just want to bring this up, and I can't, in Muscatine, I was talking to lots of people, and I have listened to you recently, Mayor, saying I think you were talking to Ron Steele, that diversity is our superpower in Waterloo. And I tend to agree with that. And so in Muscatine, someone said to me, what is it that a person wouldn't like about these, and Shaviva and I were talking this morning about these 3 words. What is it about the word diversity that you don't, how could you not like that word? Is
exactly.
it that word, or is it inclusion, or is it equity? Which word that you don't like that makes people,
Right.
this DEI,
Right.
people don't even understand what it's about when they're when it's leaving us so
Right.
fast. So that's kind of what, it just stumps me, that how can these wonderful words that we say we believe in and our country is built on, now all of a sudden they've changed the narrative, I guess that's what I'll say. So get that out of the way. Now we'll go back to your painting. What do you got? Show everybody that beautiful.
Yes.
One part of our program last night was we had a live painting. A beautiful young lady, Destiny Dixon, who's a student at UNI. She's a young lady that I had the privilege of paying it forward to, because her uncle was pivotal in my faith journey as a young person, Alvarez Dixon. And she came to Cedar Falls to go to college and asked, and so we get to connect a lot. I give her rides to places and try to fill in the gaps for her as a college student. So she came into the painting of, I don't know how to,
It's
India.
showing
Yeah.
up beautifully.
yeah,
Isn't
India
that something?
and India Johnson and Anna Mae Weems.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
so she did this
that
painting
amazing?
live at the event. And
Beautiful.
this was people had the opportunity to bid on it. And so we have opened up all of the proceeds that we get from this painting, because bidding is still open. You can still make a bid on the painting. The starting bid is $100. And all of the money that we raise from this painting will go directly to the family of India for her girls. They have a fund for the girls for their college and their future. And we want to be a blessing to that family, as they have poured so much into our community.
That's
So,
right. Well,
yeah.
I love that painting.
that's
I
beautiful.
love the purpose of it. It's just amazing. So how can people bid and start the bid? Is there online that you want?
Yes, we're bidding on Zephy, and you can find that link on our website, rlcawaterloo.org.
Okay,
So,
sounds good. India, Lori, did you get to see the painting before this?
I got to see it when it was in action, when the young lady was in action. That was really great to watch.
Oh, it was, and her personality is just. And is that the only one that she did?
Yeah.
For that, yeah. Well,
This
it's
is
plenty. It's
an
beautiful.
original painting. She signed it and dated it, and it will be a treasure for people that know and love anime and India, the contributions they've made.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for that. What do you want to ask the mayor, LaTanya? You got anything on your mind that the mayor just needs to?
Well, Waterloo has been recognized over the last 3 or 4 months for doing some awesome things, and I attribute it to our mayor.
Okay.
So let's just, yes. But just share, Mayor Hart, some of the awesome things that have happened.
So first, that's a blessing, but I can't take all the credit.
I know, you have a team.
Incredible people.
You
I
have
work
a
with
team.
and a good community. Our philanthropic folks are coming forward. So we have a great team going. But I was just out of state the other day talking about Waterloo Fiber to other mayors and other people around the country from all different parts, just to talk about our progress. And the question is, how does a community your size pull off such a huge task? And so, that was really refreshing. I think the city of Waterloo was recognized recently as the most underrated city in the state of Iowa.
Wow.
Because it's often for things that we actually take for granted: museum districts, a sportsplex, a grout, a Sullivan Plaza, our church history, but for many things that we take for granted. And so, it's a lot of different things going on. I think people will be happy when these bridges get finished.
Oh, the
Hopefully
bridges,
within the
yes,
next
coming.
month or so, it's happening. So a lot of good projects are happening in and throughout the community. Child care centers coming online, but just a lot of good things happening here lately. Troubles and challenges, of course.
Of course.
But good things are happening here.
Great.
Are there any of the vacant, I don't know, we probably could get some of your building people or your zoning people in to talk about it, but are there any buildings that are being taken away and removed, and is there anything going on in the middle of town, like around Eddie B's and stuff like that? Are there any plans for that? I know people.
So right now we
had a guy
received
talking about it last week.
a federal grant of about $700,000 to take a look at the railroad in that area and see what we can do to reprogram, re-strategize, and potentially move the rail yard out into the industrial area, where it would make it so that you can actually get back and forth across the tracks as well. And so that is going on, and we're hoping that federal funding is not messed with as well. And so that's one thing. That strategic planning is going to take place over the course of the next six months or so.
Wonderful.
That's awesome. We just learned at the program that Willie Mae Wright, that was one of her
Yes.
things, is trying to get the railroad. That was something that she started back then. So that's a great continuation of that legacy of really focusing on that again,
Yeah. Mendor Smith was on our show last week, and he wrote a poem. I don't know if you saw it highlighted, but and it really kind of was like a sandwich poem. Was kind of started out sad, but then it made me feel proud enough to invite him on. And that's one topic that he was talking about. He said that just that area is what's initiated the thoughts for the poem. So I'm glad you addressed it, because a lot of people want to know that, and I see people all the time, and the first thing they want to know, the grocery store and the North End, and that heart where we started needs to be rebuilt. And I know the mayor's got to know about it, so I'm like, we know it'll get there.
But sometimes, and I know we're concluding time, so the next time I come on, we can talk about it a little bit more. But there's several things that are happening, from the railroad tracks all the way to North Crossing, and we don't talk about it because we talk about what we don't have or what we lost, but we never talk about what we gained and how much in taxable dollars and those things is actually happening. So we need to talk about that sometime when you have me back.
Oh, Oh, yes, of course. Well, we'll be having you back because there's a whole lot more to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Did we have any other pictures, Agnes, you want to share from last night, or did we go through them all? Because I know there were a lot. Oh,
There's
Lil
Lil
May.
May.
Wow.
There's Lil May, right? The little
That's neat.
cutout.
Yeah.
And who was the artist, Chassidi?
Oh, the
Spanish?
kindergarten through second graders did all the shading and coloring with oil pastels, and then the outline of it was from our teachers, Senora Cariazo and Senor Gonzalez from Spain.
Okay.
So,
Well,
yeah.
great. They are wonderful. And
Yeah, there's
thank you.
Mayor
There's
Hart.
Geneva. Yeah, Mayor Hart. Everybody wanted the selfie. Now, what are you doing with the cutouts when they're done?
Giving you can have them, or we can, whoever
Okay.
wants them.
I'm
we
clean
don't
too.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's purple and gold too.
Right.
Look at that purple and gold on there too.
Yeah, so
it was so much fun. And then the upstairs one, I don't know if you had any pictures of that, but India's, I just was, that's right by my classroom too.
Oh.
Could you share something, Lori, about that exhibit upstairs, or what you
with
experienced with?
India's exhibit and animes too. That was
And
amazing.
animes,
Big telephone.
yeah.
What I liked the most about India's was that it was kind of abstract too. It wasn't
Yes,
just straightforward. The way they included the glasses everywhere and the heart, because she was love.
Yes,
And so it captured her love for her family, her love for her community, her love for the library. It was just really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
I cried a couple of times.
Yeah, me too.
For sure.
I was holding
too.
the phone, tears running down my face. It was emotional, especially at the end. Whoever wrote the play, I gotta commend them. They were amazing. Chastity, being Chastity, because at the end it was basically Anna Mae who had gone on 1st, or no, it was
In the play,
In the play, and then what was the scripture that she shared to bring India on board?
Hebrews 12:1.
Okay.
That in India, hey, I have a new assignment. I'm going to be part of the great cloud of witnesses.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll be helping you from the other side.
Yes, that was beautiful, and she left the girls the legacy. It was amazing, and so we can't say enough about it. Thank you and congratulations on a successful show production like that.
Amen.
And very touching. All right, so now we got to sing to those birthday people, because we always have the best guests.
Yes, we do.
And we always have the best co-hosts.
Okay.
Yes, and the best birthday people. So who are they? Mayor, you want to read off a few?
True Robinson, Matthew Gibson, Sarah Kane, Ty Smith.
Jess
Dardigan, Love.
Yep.
It's on there too.
Oh, okay.
Jess Dardigan Love.
Okay, LaTanya, who else we got over there?
Randy Fox, Joanne Thomas, Italian Green,
All right.
Jocelyn Johnson. That's you.
Yes.
Imagine
And
that.
Phaedra Roby.
And
Awesome.
Sage Martin.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, wow.
Sage
My almost
Martin.
birthday
Yeah, my
twin.
baby's birthday
Sage
tomorrow.
Martin.
All right.
All right, another Martin girl beckoning us over there before we start singing.
Camille Williams says, love that.
Oh, good. Well, everybody's happy to hear a word from our wonderful mayor. And
Yes.
LaTanya, did you have anything else you wanted to tell folks?
Well, on tomorrow, you want me to share that?
yes, share
On
that.
tomorrow, Payne AME Church is having their 47th annual Founders Day banquet. The theme is moving forward. And the guest speaker is Joy.
Oh,
Joy Briscoe.
Oh,
yes.
wonderful. That's a
yes.
great guest speaker. All right. Well, we want to sing happy birthday to everybody, and I'm sure you would agree it would fit more perfectly than to have a word part. You trying to sing, you don't know these words.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to
That was funny.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
To you.
Yes, to you.
Yes, thank you so much. Mayor, that was funny though. You know how when you don't know the song and you're just trying to move your mouth
It was
like
on
you
time though, right?
Okay.
I was trying.
Coming in real time. That's right.
Sometimes
Well.
it changed when we on here.
No, you know we good at making up words.
Oh, I'm telling you. It's really funny
Whoa,
when
let
me
it
and
flow.
Chas are singing together.
Oh,
at
we
church.
gotta stop. We don't. I don't.
I can never find the pitch. Anyway,
Yeah.
we want to tell our viewers to keep doing way more stuff that makes you awesome, but we're not there yet. The longer we live, the more we learn. We've been through some things, and here are a few things that we've learned. I've learned that I deserve the same kindness and support and care that I give others. What have you learned, Latanya?
I've learned to respect genuine people because they're not perfect and they don't pretend to be.
That's right. Respect them, y'all. And until next week, keep doing more stuff that makes you awesome, like Chassidi Martin, Latanya Graves, and Mayor Quentin Hart.
And Joshua Johnson.
And of course.
Yes.
And Lori.
And Lori.
And
Ed.
Ed.
And Violet.
Ed, what you want to
And
say today? Agnes. You got to say something, Ed.
Thank you.
Like Def Comedy Jam with Russell Wilson be like, thank you, God bless.
God bless you. Good night. Right.
Agnes has got something to say, but we might not want to hear it right about now. We're over our time. Violet, thank you. Thanks, everybody. See you all next week.
Oh.